So we have here is a data center. We have a set of video servers that are running on VMware VMs. We have some storage. We have 192 ports of 10 gig on two different sets of QF nodes.
So where's the 192 ports? I see about 64.
No. This is the control plane. So the line. Think of if we step back and we go, okay, there are three major parts of any switch. You have the line cards, the controller, or in Cisco parlance, the route engine, or I'm sorry, the supervisor, Juniper parlance, the route engine, and then the fabric backplane that interconnects the line cards. So these are essentially your line cards. This is your fabric backplane, and then this is your supervisor, right? So this is on an x86 platform. And this is essentially a half a fabric. You'd normally have two of each of these for redundancy. And what we're doing is we have 192 ports of 10 gig, fully loaded across the fabric with a Spirent traffic generator here, so that's line rate. And then what we've done is we have basically a virtual second data center. So this is an MX router that has
MX240.
That's an MX240, and so it's running two virtual routers. One of which goes basically through one virtual router to another node. This is just a standard top of rack switch. It's actually the same switch as this one, but it's not connected to the fabric.
Right.
It comes back down through the other virtual router, and then back through the fabric. From the line card to the fabric backplane.
That's the only bit that's proprietary.
That's the only bit that's proprietary.
Okay.
So just like the fact that you can't take a Cisco Nexus line card and plug it into a Juniper EX8200, that's the same level of proprietary. Now most people look at that and think, this looks like a chassis switch, so they want it to be a chassis switch, but it's not. All it does is the fabric backplane in different sets of sheet metal. The piece that matters is that these top-of-rack switches connect with 10 gigabit Ethernet just the way that you would connect either a line card or a top-of-rack switch to anything else in the network. So the external edge of Qfabric is fully standard, just like the line cards in any chassis switch.
But if I wanted to do any kind of additional overlay monitoring with a third-party vendor, would I still be able to have visibility into that traffic?
So you would have the same level of visibility that you have from line card to line card on a chassis switch.
Okay.
And we provide some tools to give you a health check onto the fabric as a whole. But the real goal here is that you don't have to manage the line card to line card interaction. Once you add if you need to add new capacity in a chassis switch, you put a new line card in.
Good.
If you have to add another rack in your data center, you put another top of rack switch in, you hook it up, it's just like an extra line card and you're off to the races.
So to put words in your mouth, it's proprietary, but it's proprietary at a point where it doesn't matter then.
Exactly. So the thing about proprietary, and the reason why proprietary is such a bad word, is that if I do something that's proprietary, can I stop? Right? The question you have to ask is, if I start deploying something, is there something in the protocol that forces me to do that forever? So maybe there's routing protocols like DRP where I have to. That's all I can do once I go down that path. Just like you don't have to fill up a chassis switch with all the line cards.
Sure.
You can stop at any point. You can, and that's the other. That goes the other way. You can start very small and grow to very large, depending on what you need.
But it's still going to be fundamentally a Qfabric network. I'm not interoperating with a Trill or a SPV network then.
Well, so let's say Trill actually becomes a good solid standard, and it is actually something that you want to use in a data center environment. So if I make those assumptions, if we wanted to support Trill on the outer edge of the Qfabric, then there's nothing holding us back from doing that. And as a matter of fact, if I look at how to support, say, OpenFlow, if I want to support OpenFlow in most of the other vendors' switches, what they do is I have to have an OpenFlow link to the controller every single top of rack switch because they're all single entities. Or I can have an OpenFlow connection into one device, the Qfabric, and connect that to the rest of the network.
Got it.